Hello everybody, I'm Thomas. Welcome back to another video. This time I'm back with some Broken Cask, a game designed by Derek A. Kamal with illustrations by Claudine Canini. In this video, I'm going to continue my adventures at the Duck and Lantern. I played through this on a Soul Gaming Sunday stream. I'll link up in the top right corner of the screen. In that stream, I started this tavern called the Duck and Lantern. It's located in a desert, has a brownstone mead hall with like a large central fireplace. The end type is a syndicate hideout where brigands, crime lords, and mercenaries frequent. Our signature drink is our chai bok beer. The signature meal is the sumac bean curd pie. As far as entertainment, it's mainly gambling, so cards, dice, competitive chess. The unique service is there is natural holy magic for putting the undead to rest. Anomalies, there's a bottomless pit in the cellar. In pets, there's one pesky mouse named Remy. As far as the staff, we have the innkeeper, which is Dern the Drunken, a halfling who's always going around doing things. And the staff consists of 3 people currently. We have Takanos of the Black World, who is the brewer. We have Roscoe of the Ten Winds, the storyteller. And we have Berver, the borrower, who is the gardener. So that's, we got a bunch of regular patrons, actually quite a lot of them. What else? We have a couple of upgrades already. We have higher staff quarters. We have the cozier furnishing there. We got a brewery, a shed, averaged drinkery. I got a feasting hall. So good amount of upgrades. Still not even to the first prestige level yet, but that's one thing I want to focus on today. So yeah, we're going to just hop right into this. If you don't know how to play, you can kind of just figure out along the way. I did a decent rules explanation in my previous video, but today we're just going to hop right into it, starting with the season of winter because we last ended in fall. So yeah, let's go ahead and start with winter. All right, so I'm going to do my journal here. So season is winter. And then the next thing I want to figure out is the weather, right? Yeah, weather. So we'll put that also kind of on the same line. And there should be somewhere we can roll for weather, right? Ah, here we go. So yeah, let me roll where are my D6s? Oh. So 5 means the weather right now is extremely cold. Okay, so it is winter. The weather is extremely cold. What's the mood like in the tavern? So 3 means the mood says it has been loud and bustling as of lately. Many folks dance and sing and toast. Take +1 heart forward. Awesome. I had a couple of previous buffs, but I guess I can add that one in there. So the mood is just all around good vibes. I love to hear that. And then finally, what's the last thing? Behind the scenes. So I can see what's been happening since last time. So that is a 6. So it says you have some new loyal customers. Roll a D6. Okay, let's see what happens. So that's a 1. I have a new regular. Okay, that's great. The issue is I'm kind of maxed out on my regulars, so I'm just not going to do that. I just won't have a new regular, and that's fine. I'll live with it. I have a lot of regulars already to attend to. So the last thing I want to see is a story thread. This is optional, but I like doing it just to add some flavor. So 7 means relatives or friends of a staff member are visiting and making a real fuss. So let's maybe roll a D4, 1 for Dern, and then we got the 3 others to see whose relatives are visiting. So we got 3. So Roscoe has some relatives visiting that are, I guess, causing a big fuss. So that's kind of where we start. It's winter. It's extremely cold, but the taverns, people are in good spirit. You know, people are having drinks warmed up by the fire. Got some new regulars that are appearing in the inn. And as far as what's kind of going on story-wise, Roscoe, I guess, their family is stopping by to just see what's going on and whatnot. So that brings us to where we get to actually start doing stuff. So let's go ahead and just hop into it. I have 5 gold left over from last time. I'm not going to use that at the moment. Let's just start with the first task and see where that takes us. Okay, sorry, I rolled that up, but then I realized that looking at my characters, I kind of forgot to reset them since last session. So everything's all good now. We rolled a 6, which a 6 on the events table means that we are getting a common guest. So let's go ahead and see what kind of common guest we are getting by rolling. Oh, I already forget. Was it just a D6? For a common guest, yes. So we get to see what kind of common guest it is, which a 6 means choose one of your regulars. Okay. So common guests with a 6, that means choose a regular or one of your guests. If you have a regular, go with them. They're great tippers. Otherwise, look for guest types in your log. For regulars, I roll +H against their level. And yeah, so let's see. I got a bunch of regulars here. What's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll just roll like a D6 to see which regular I will be serving. 2, Waldruff the Grand, who is the human crafter. And this is a plus heart that I'm rolling against their level. Everybody's level 1, so this is almost a guarantee, as long as I have somebody that has at least 1 heart. So pretty much anybody can do this. I will probably have Berver take care of Waldroff, so they get to add +1 to this. So total, that's a 6, so that's definitely a pass. For passing that's a hit, so we get to roll on tips, and then again as many as their levels. So it's going to be just once on the tips table, which should be back here. Yes. So then rolling a d6 gets me a 6. Wow. Been given a rare item, so I get to roll on the rare items table, which is a 1. I get Bloodstaff's Pendant. I get advantage on heart rolls ×3. Pretty cool. I had that at one point, so I guess I got another one now. So that's pretty neat. And I also have +1 heart on that, so I was pretty much guaranteed to get that. And yeah, that was a, write that down real quick. That was a common guest, and yeah. All right, first task complete. Served up a regular, off to a pretty chill start. I think one of the first things I want to do before I get too far, I was gonna train, but I don't like having no money left, so actually, I'll just keep doing some tasks. Let's see what else needs done around the Duck and Lantern. So we got a 10. That's gonna be something kind of crazy maybe. So a 10 is Trouble. Yeah, I was like, that's a higher one, so I don't think that's gonna be good. Trouble is, I gotta re-roll to see what trouble is actually occurring. 3, so that is a broken item. Who dropped that? The task is a B5. All right, so this is a body test. I'm gonna have Roscoe do this because they have +2 body, and then I also have my ring, which I have advantage on 3 body checks. So I can basically roll 2d6 and take the higher of them. They're both 5, so it didn't really matter. And I only needed 5 total, and what I have 7, so I'll mark 1 use off the ring, and that was a success. So I got a hit on that, which means what exactly? For the broken item, oh right, so for trouble, I forgot. It's been a while since I played this, so for trouble, yeah, there's no good things. You just prevent the bad things. So someone tried to drop an item, they, who saved it? Roscoe, right? Is that who I had doing that? Well, somebody saved it, but item saved. So nothing got broken. Okay, so let's see what's next. I need to earn some money somehow soon. I got an 8. So an 8, let me flip back to the table. An 8 is a gardening task. So go into the gardening task. All right, so let's re-roll real quick to see what kind of gardening task we have. Number 6, so unique, create a task based on your location. That's a B7. Our tavern is in the middle of a desert, so gardening is definitely a bit of a tricky thing to do out here. And if I remember correctly, last session, I'm pretty sure at some point we set up a hydroponic system. So maybe that went down and needs fixed. So we can fix the hydroponic system, and that can be a good thing to do. And that was what, a B7. So that's going to be pretty tough. I'm going to have Berver take care of this, and I do have the shed, so I get +1 on all gardening tasks, and this is a body, which I have the ring, which means I can roll with advantage. And since this is a 7 task, I definitely will. So I basically, with Berver and my shed, I get to add +3. Let's see what I get. I did not get it. I got a 4 and a 5, and I needed a 7, so that is a miss. Miss means I have to roll on the failure table. So unfortunately, something's going on where Berver can't fix the hydroponic system outside. So Let's see what kind of failure we incur. 6. Oh, that's got to be real bad. It's like a paragraph of text. A disaster has occurred. Great. What kind of disaster occurred from trying to fix the hydroponic system? Unique. Something is going on with your anomaly. What is it? End the session. I think this is one of the first times I've had the session just end on me like that. Okay, so the anomaly is we have the bottomless pit in the cellar. Okay, so maybe I like that the idea that Berber is trying to fix this hydroponic system, and maybe they have some parts that they stored in the cellar, and maybe they're trying to grab the parts and they clumsily like let one slip and it falls down into the cellar, and that's kind of one of the parts we needed to fix the system. So now it's just straight up broken, and I guess we have to end this winter session already because yeah. Okay, well, that's the end of the, I guess, winter session. Ended shortly because we lost some hydroponics parts down in the cellar, the bottomless cellar. So I went ahead and erased all of the +1 and -1 conditions I had going on. Staff is pretty reset. So people probably should have gotten XP this session. I kind of forgot about that, so not the biggest deal in the world. And I think that's pretty much all I have to do. Okay, the session did end because of an in-game effect, so I do have to roll to see if I lose prestige. So I roll a d6 on a 1 or 2. Word is spreading around that things aren't wonderful, and my prestige drops by 1. So that's a 4. So okay, word hasn't spread too much that hydroponics garden is messed up because one of our employees dropped a piece down bottomless cellar. So we're good on that part. Prestige is not affected, even though right now the prestige is level 0. So not the best, but we move on to the next season, which we're heading right into spring. Hopefully spring goes a little bit better than winter did, or at least hope it lasts a little bit longer. So let's go ahead and roll up what kind of weather we are encountering here in spring. That is a 1, so we're encountering a bit of rain. And then we will see what the mood is like, which that's a 4. So the mood is the guests are grouchy and demanding -1 M forward. So that's fun. And then finally, let's see, well, first, what kind of, what's going on behind the scenes since last time. So that's a 4. What does it say? Gnomes dug a hole right through your bar. Quite accidentally, they offer up 2d6 to settle up. I'm fine. Well, I'm not fine with them digging, but if they're settling up, that's fine. So I'll gladly take 5 gold. And then finally, I will roll 2d6 to get a little bit of a story thread for what's going on in the tavern. So we got 5. Rumors abound of a local girl becoming quite the adventurer and getting involved in all manner of strange folk. So that's a bit of behind the scenes. So we got gnomes digging through the bar. We got a local girl that's just becoming a real kick-ass hero, I guess. And that brings us to today. I think now that I have a little bit more money, I'm going to train up my staff. Also because mainly I have upgraded the staff quarters with the cozier furniture, so I get advantage when training. So I really think it'll be worth it. Only costs 5 gold. So let me go ahead and first mark this down on here. Then I'm going to train, and then I need to roll on the training table, which I have to find first. Okay, so I get to roll with advantage. Hopefully I get a 6. If not, hopefully I at least don't get 2 1s. Okay, that is fine. So I get to pick 1 staff to choose and improve, either +1 to a stat or +1 to morale. I think I'm gonna go with Berber just to up their morale, just so everybody's at a nice 2 morale and can do a decent amount of things. So training is done. Let's go ahead and roll up the first event to see what we need to get, what needs done around the tavern. The old duck and lantern, what needs done. So we got a 4. So on this table, a 4 is a brewing order. So let's go ahead and roll up another d6. We get a 3. So we flip to the brewing order area. So number 3 on this page is a tonic. It says, no one really knows what's in this thing but you, yet the guests seem to like it. So that is going to be a B4 test. So I'm going to write that down real quick. All right, I'm going to have Roscoe do this. Even though we do have a brewer, it's a body test, and they only have +1, while Roscoe has +2. So that's going to be a little bit better. And because I have the brewery, I get to add an extra +1. So I actually get to add +3 since it's a test of 4, I can't really fail this. So that's a 6, which is awesome. So that was Roscoe doing that. When we marked their XP first, that was a hit. And also that was a 6 on a test, which means I get to mark a point of prestige. And then because of that, what was the criteria here? So for a tonic, on a hit, it says that's a good drink, roll tips. So I will do that. Go to the tips table and we'll see what I get. So rolling on the tips, I get another 6. So these people are tipping rare items left and right. I kind of don't like it. I would prefer gold, but just beggars can't be choosers. So I get the Tome of Experience. I can choose a staff to mark 1d3 XP. Whoa. Okay, and I'm just gonna immediately use that. So 1d3, so it's just a d6 rounded down. We'll go with Takanos to do this with. So that is just 2. All right, so off to a good spring start. We did a little bit of training. We got Roscoe making a nice tonic. Let's see what else needs done around the tavern. So that's an 11. That is maybe not going to be good. I forget what an 11 is. So an 11 is a troublesome guest. So troublesome guest table here. Let's go ahead and roll up to see what's happening on this. So a 2 means a rowdy drunk pulls a decorative sword from the wall. This is a test of B4. Okay, I'm gonna have Berver take care of this since they have +2 to body and they have gotten XP this session. So let's see if they can take care of this drunk that took this decorative sword off the wall and it sounds like it's causing a real trouble. They have +2 to body. This is a 4 test, so I need to at least get a 2. That's a 6. That is a really good roll. So not only is that a hit, it's a successful completion. Berver gets XP, and since that's a 6, we are almost maxed out to our first level of prestige. That is pretty nice. So then as far as the what we get for doing that, it says missing it. Okay, the drunk is quelled, the sword replaced, the crowd goes wild. Roll for tips. Let's roll for tips. I swear, if they give me another item, I'm gonna freak out. Okay, 2 is 3 gold. All right, so crisis avoided. Right now, everybody's doing pretty good on XP, which makes me happy. So let's go ahead and just do the next task and see what we got going on. So that's a 5. So 5 is going to be a service task. So let's go ahead and roll real quick on this table. It's a 4. So on the service task, that means a huge party of dwarves. They kind of just show up, don't they? Hopefully you'll squeeze some tips out of them before they break out the viols and throat singing. This is an H5 task. Okay, I still have my pendant, so I'm gonna use a use out of that to get advantage on this. And then I'm gonna send Roscoe in because they have the highest heart, so I need at least a 3. Can I get it? I got 2 3s, so that is a success. So this says, on a hit, I get to choose either roll tips +1 or they invite one of your staff members to share an adventure. That staff is gone the rest of the session, but they return with a rare item. I'll roll on tips +1 instead. So what is that gonna get me? That's gonna get me 2, so I will get 3 gold. All right, Party of Dwarves has been taken care of. Got a bit more money in the bank. Let's keep going and see what task needs completed next. That's gonna be a 10. 10 on the table is trouble. So let's see what kind of trouble is happening. We got a 2, which means the bard is crying. When the local bard is depressed, you know it's bad. This is going to be an H3 test. I think I'll just have Roscoe try to help this bard out. They have +2, so all I need is a 1 at least. And that is a 6. Roscoe gives some of the best advice they've ever given to this crying bard. And in doing so, gets us another point of prestige. So now our prestige level goes up. I think that happens at the end of the session. I'll have to double check that. No. So it doesn't happen at the end of the session. I can do the influence action to increase my prestige level, which costs 10 gold to do. And you know what? I'm going to do it. So I will do the influence action and spend 10 of my precious 11 gold that I have to raise the prestige level of this tavern finally. And have it start making a name for itself. It's now become a local favorite, and then I think I have to erase all these. So yeah, doesn't say specifically I'm supposed to do that, but I imagine I'm supposed to. And I only have 1 gold left, but now our tavern has become a local favorite. So that's good. Let's see what the next task is. I need to earn some of my money back after doing that. That's going to be a 9. So a 9 is going to be a cooking task. Let's see what kind of task it's going to be, which is a 4. Option number 4 says roast duck. You did have the staff double check to ensure that the duck is not a transmogrified mage, right? I got to roll a d6. Hopefully, well, that rolled off, so that doesn't count. Okay, it's not a 1, so the duck is actually a duck. Good to know. So this is going to be an M4 test. I think I'll have Dern try to take a crack at this. Since I do have the... Yeah, I'm going to have Dern take a crack at this. This is an M4 test. He has +2, though I do have a -1 M forward, so I basically will only get a +1 for this test. So let's see how this goes. That is a 6. Wow, Dern kills it. Makes a hell of a roast duck, and also we get some prestige level back. Let's see what we get for making a fine roast duck. It says, hit. The fowl is worthy to be put on display. I get +1 service forward. All right, made up a roast duck. Let's see what's next. So that is a 6. A 6 is going to be a common guest. So let's see what kind of common guest we got coming in. So rolling a d6, we get a 6. So it is going to be a regular, or I get to choose a type. I'll choose another regular. Let me just roll like a d6. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4. Fallen Maru is going to be coming in. They are a level 1 guest. I flew right past the thing. So it's +H for their level. So their level is only 1, right? So I don't think I can fail. It's +H. I'll have Roscoe take care of it, and that is a 5. So that's definitely going to be a hit. So I get to roll on the tips table, and since I now have prestige 1, I get to add 1 to this roll. So that's going to be, well, it would be 7, but you can only go up to 6. So I get to have a rare item. Let's see what the rare item is. It's a 6. So I get the Innkeeper's Enchanted Ledger, which I think I already have. Yeah, I still have one. I don't think I get another one, so I guess that's a whole lot of nothing. All right, let's do a few more tasks, but I don't want to end up having this session end because, you know, I dropped parts down the bottomless cellar again. So that's going to be a 7. And a 7 is a bit of a cleaning task. So let's see what kind of task we have. That's a 4. So the task is to carefully clean the drinkware. Look, there's a spot they're going to notice. We're not the Dusty Mug. They got shut down last year. So the task is going to be an M5. All right, I'll have Takanos take a stab at this. I don't think I have really anything to help me. Yeah, no. So I'm just doing my best on this. I get to add +2 is what Takanos gets, and this is a 5, so 3 or better is what I need. That's a 4. I will gladly take that. So that is a hit, which means the drinkware is clean, but what else does it mean? It means pouring liquid is always satisfying, but even more so into a clean glass. I get to take +1 brewing forward and roll for tips. So let's roll for tips first. I get to add +1 to this. So that is a 3, which means I get 1d6 minus 1 gold. So I get 3 gold. Let's see what kind of task we got going on next. So that's a 5. 5 is a service task. So let's see what kind of service task I'm doing. So 3 is Knight's Tea. It's too early. It's too early for the chivalrous type, so they are sticking to tea. Break out the good stuff. It's gonna be a H4 test. All right, I think Roscoe should be the one to do this. Don't have anything to add, so let's just go. They get to add +2 because this is an H, and that's a 3. I only needed a 4, so that's a success. Got to see what kind of cool stuff I get from making some Knight's Tea. It says, whoops, went backwards. On one of the knights offers a rousing motivational speech +1 H forward. All right, next task, made some good tea. What else are we gonna do? 7. 7 is a cleaning task, so let's see what we're cleaning. 5 means we're going to dust the bookshelves. Who comes to the inn to read? Well, lots of folks actually, wizards especially. This is going to be an M6 test. All right, I guess Takanos is up. I don't have any items or extra buffs to really help me, so I need, basically, they have a +2, so I need 4 or higher on this roll. That is a 2, so that is going to be a miss. Somehow, Takanos is just not very good at dusting a bookshelf. And for the miss, it reads, what does it read? Oh, is there no... Oh, here we go. Miss. Nothing is more offensive to the wise than an untidy bookshelf. Take disadvantage the next time you have a task involving wizards. All right, let's do another task. What do we got going on? Another 7. So is that just another cleaning task? So, another cleaning task. Let's see, maybe we'll have to dust the bookshelves again. 3. A 3 is arrange the common room. Ancient gnomish lore tells us something called feng shui, an art involving just the right number of lawn gnomes. But those are for outside. Inside, you need a clear line to the bar. This is an H4 test. All right, I'm gonna have a Roscoe take a stab at this. They have +2 heart, and I still have +1 H forward, so I get +3 total, so I can't fail. That is a 6, that's great. So I get to mark off a little bit of prestige, and that is a hit. So, yeah, that was Roscoe there. Did a heck of a job rearranging the common room. And it says, perfection, take +1 guests forward. That's any task involving guests. All right, and I think I'm gonna wrap up there. I don't want this session to end, badly, because I don't want to lose more prestige and whatnot. No one else is ready to be leveled up, so I think that's that. I'm going to, I think, wrap up the video here. Not trying to do too long of a session, but I feel like we got a decent amount in. We got winter that was particularly short. We saved a couple broken items, helped out some of our regulars, and then of course lost some of the important hydroponics parts into the bottomless cellar. Kind of disappointing, sort of a setback. But then in the spring, we got a lot more done. We made a nice tonic. We took care of the drunk that had the sword. We took care of the party of dwarves. The bard was crying, took care of that. Bumped up our influence. Dern made a hell of a roast duck. Common guest Folan, so we had another regular that we were serving. Cleaned the drinkware, made some nice tea. Did do a great job of dusting the bookshelves, but then did a bit more cleaning as we rearranged the common room. So a lot done in the spring. Still got a bit of money left, and yeah, I think that is a good spot to leave the duck and lantern for now. Perhaps we'll do another session sometime in the future. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, a like would be greatly appreciated, and until next time, I'll see you.